At last night's prestigious award ceremony, all eyes were on Jaime Dornan and Dakota Johnson, the couple who captivated millions of people through 50 Shades. As soon as they appeared on stage, the atmosphere seemed to freeze for a few seconds. Their eyes met, their smiles flashed, so real, so affectionate, that the audience almost believed that there was still something unspoken between them. When Dakota announced the winner, Jaime gently placed his hand on her shoulder, a gentle action that caused social media to explode in a few minutes. A series of hashtags like #JamieDakota, #AwardNightLove quickly climbed to the top of the trend. Although the two have never publicly announced their relationship, their chemistry at this event was too obvious to ignore. Speech balloon, those eyes don't lie, a fan commented. Fire and the question now spreading across Hollywood. Are they really in love? Revolving Hearts Jaime Dornan finally speaks up about Dakota Johnson after his stormy moment at the awards ceremony. After the awards night that caused a social media explosion, Jaime Dornan finally broke his silence. In a short post-event interview, the 50 Shades actor smiled meaningfully when asked about Dakota Johnson. She and I have a very special connection. I don't need to say it, everyone can feel it. Just a short sentence, but enough to make global fans burst. Immediately, major news sites such as E! News, People, and BBC Entertainment all reposted it with the title, Jaime Dornan, Dakota Johnson. The connection that cannot be hidden. Meanwhile, Dakota Johnson chose to stay silent. However, netizens quickly discovered that she liked a post about relationships that last through the years despite being apart. This small but meaningful gesture has fans convinced that there's still something going on between them. Speech balloon. One fan wrote, "If eyes are the language of love, they just wrote a new chapter." Fire. Hollywood is in an uproar. Have the real-life, Christian Grey and Anastasia Steele, really found each other again? Revolving Hearts. The love never died, and now the world is waiting for them to say it. Revolving Hearts. Dakota Johnson reveals her true feelings after the awards night. With Jaime, it's never over. After many days of silence amid the media storm, Dakota Johnson finally shared some heartfelt words that touched fans. In an exclusive interview with Vanity Fair, she gently talked about Jaime Dornan. Jaime is someone I always trust. We've been through the most special years of our career, and our lives together. When asked about the emotional moment at the award ceremony, Dakota smiled, her eyes shining with nostalgia. That moment wasn't planned, but maybe it was real. We couldn't hide our feelings in front of thousands of eyes. That answer made Hollywood explode. Millions of fans on social networks affirmed that Jaime and Dakota are proof that true love never disappears. Clapperboard. A close source revealed, after the awards night, the two talked for a long time backstage. They laughed, hugged, and seemed to have forgotten everything around them. Sparkling Heart. Is this the new beginning of a love story that once captivated the world? Fans are eagerly waiting for the answer, but with that look, that smile, perhaps they have found each other again. Revolving Hearts. Jaime Dornan appeared in front of Dakota Johnson's house in the middle of the night, a fateful moment that made Hollywood hold its breath. While social media was still hot because of Dakota Johnson's emotional sharing, last night, paparazzi captured an image that made Hollywood freeze. Jaime Dornan appeared in front of Dakota's house in Los Angeles, at nearly midnight. According to Daily Mail, the 50 Shades actor drove his familiar black SUV, stopping in front of Dakota's house nearly 20 minutes before she appeared. No words were recorded, only seeing them looking at each other for a long time. Dakota walked out, lightly wearing a white sweater, her face mixed with surprise and emotion. A witness recounted. No one said anything. Jaime just smiled, then gently took her hand. They both stood there, under the yellow streetlights, as if time had stopped. After a few minutes, they both entered the house. No one knows what happened next, but that image was enough to make social media explode. Thousands of comments flooded with lines like, "Speech balloon, if this isn't love, then what is love?" Speech balloon, Jaime couldn't hold it in anymore. He needed to see Dakota, right now, tonight. Fire entertainment news sites simultaneously reported, Jaime Dornan Dakota Johnson, the door of love reopens in the middle of the Los Angeles night. Sparkling heart. Although the insiders have not spoken out yet, perhaps fans have seen the clearest answer. A touch, a look, enough to say 1,000 words. Sunrise the next morning, Jaime Dornan and Dakota Johnson appeared on the balcony together. That smile made fans burst out. The peaceful morning in Los Angeles suddenly became chaotic when the image of Jaime Dornan and Dakota Johnson appearing together on the balcony of the actress' house spread all over social networks. The early morning sunlight gently shone through the trees, and in that scene, they stood next to each other, smiling gently, not avoiding the camera lens. Jaime wore a simple white t-shirt, Dakota wore a beige coat. Both were comfortable, surprisingly natural. An E! News reporter present at the scene recounted, "It didn't seem like they wanted to hide anything. They both talked, laughed, and Jaime even poured coffee for Dakota. They looked like a real couple." In just a few hours, the hashtag Jaime and Dakota together again surpassed 2 million tweets, becoming the #1 trend globally. Fans everywhere are resharing moments from 50 Shades, along with messages like, "Speech balloon, 10 years later, they still look at each other like the first day." Speech balloon, a normal scene, but to us, it's magic. Major newspapers are all over the news. Sparkles, Jaime Dornan and Dakota Johnson, when love overcomes all distances. Revolving hearts, no longer a rumor. This is proof of true love. Fire. Hollywood is witnessing a love story reborn in real life. From the look on stage to the midnight meeting, and now the morning full of smiles, it seems the whole world is watching the real love story between Jaime and Dakota. Jaime Dornan officially confirms his relationship with Dakota Johnson. "I can't hide my heart anymore." After a series of days that made Hollywood restless, Jaime Dornan finally officially spoke up at the press conference to launch his new film project in Los Angeles this morning. When a reporter asked directly about the woman who is accompanying him in his current life, Jaime paused for a few seconds, then smiled slightly, his eyes lit up with emotion. "I think everyone saw it. Dakota and we've been through so much together. There are things you can't hide, no matter how hard you try. I can't hide my heart anymore." The whole auditorium exploded in applause, and the clip recording that moment quickly went viral with millions of views in just a few hours. Global fans called this the most beautiful declaration of love in Hollywood this year. Shortly after, Dakota Johnson posted a black and white photo on Instagram. No caption, just a white flower placed next to the watch Jaime used to wear. This action was seen as a silent response, confirming their relationship. Speech balloon. A close friend of Dakota shared with People, "Dakota has never been happier. She said Jaime knows her better than anyone else." The newspapers simultaneously reported, "Revolving hearts, Jaime Dornan Dakota Johnson. Love from the screen, now becomes real." Fire. Historic moment, when Christian Grey and Anastasia Steele actually found each other in real life. Sparkling heart. After 10 years, after many rumors and distance, they finally admitted what everyone felt, that love never disappeared. Ring. Fateful moment, Jaime Dornan knelt down to propose to Dakota Johnson. Hollywood burst into tears. Last night, at a private party held in Beverly Hills, Jaime Dornan made everyone unable to believe their eyes when he knelt down to propose to Dakota Johnson, the woman who has been with him for many years, from screen to real life. According to an exclusive source from People magazine, the party was initially announced as celebrating Jaime's new project, but no one expected the actor to turn it into a public, sincere and emotional confession. When the song Love Me Like You Do played, Jaime walked to the middle of the room, took Dakota's hand and said in a trembling voice, "We acted together, we broke up, then found each other again. But this time, I don't want to be just co-stars. I want you to be my life partner." The whole room was silent. Dakota raised her hand to cover her mouth, tears streaming down. And then, amid cheers from her friends, she nodded. Jaime hugged her to thunderous applause, a moment that many called a real-life miracle. A witness recounted, "They hugged for a long time. Dakota said, 'I've been waiting for you to say that for 10 years. No one could hold back their tears." Within hours, social media was flooded with pictures of the exquisite diamond ring on Dakota's finger, a symbol of a decade-long love that had finally come to fruition. Sparkling Heart Jaime Dornan Dakota Johnson, from co-stars to soulmates, and now future husband and wife. Hollywood has never seen a love story so romantic and so real.